Kirani, another qualification into the semi-final of the 400 meters. I mean, that's another good race. How do you feel?
No, I feel good. It was always going to be a competitive event this year, so I'm just happy to get the automatic qualifier, move on to the next round, and then from there we'll see how that plays out, and then try to figure out how to get into a final.
Kindly walk me through that race. I mean, we know that the 400 meters is always a very technical race that looked heavy on many of the athletes out there. How was it for you? How did you execute it?
Yeah, well, the idea was to try to the first 200, try to really cover it good, make sure no one tries to get too ahead of me, and then coming off the third 100, just try to see where I am, position myself. Obviously, the guys had other ideas in terms of coming off the last 100, so yeah, I had to work a little bit hard just to get an automatic qualifier.
Yeah, you're a very respected athlete out there on the track, and now seeing quite a number of youngsters also coming through in the 400 meters, especially the Africans. Yeah. I mean, how do you feel about it and the level of competition that is entering the 400 meter event?
No, I think at the end of the day, it's great for the event, ultimately for the sport, and I think that's how it should be. To be able to be a part of many different eras of the 400, for me, I'm grateful for that. So, like I said, the whole sport is evolving, and then specifically my event especially is evolving, getting better and better every year. So to be able to still be competitive and to still be able to hold my own with the guys, for me, I'm just grateful for that.
Now, I mean, how are you doing it? Because like you mentioned, you've been around so long, you've consistently done it. How do you keep your body in shape? How are you still competing at what is the highest level of athletics?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, part of it, I'm just blessed to be fortunate with no injuries, no major injuries, muscular, and yeah, just always just being able to focus on always the big picture. And every year is about championships and how do we arrive at the championships in the best shape. But at the same time, just making sure that we don't overtrain or we don't overrun or overcompete, and just try to, focus on being consistent over a long period of time.
So Kirani, it's 14 years since you won the world title, 13 since you won the Olympic title. What is the motivation for you to keep showing up?
Yeah, I think for me, I still have personal goals that I want to achieve. And I think at the end of the day, when you focus on those things, no matter whether we win or lose, at the end of the day, your personal goals are what's going to make you feel fulfilled. Right, and the personal goals I have is realistic. At the end of the day, I think when you have certain things, you have to be based in reality. Like I say, when you look at my event, like yes, it's probably right now the most competitive event in track and field. If we really want to look at it that way. And yeah, so the goals that I have, is to be realistic. To try to make 5 Olympic Games. I think 5 is a nice round number. 5 rings, 5 games. So that's so that's my long-term goal, and between that there's shorter-term goals. I don't want to say no to jinx it, but if I do accomplish it, you'll hear about it, and you'll say, oh, that's really something for me, and not really anybody else. So I think at the end of the day, that's what I really want to focus on, just personal goals, keep representing my country well, and yeah, just try to make sure that I feel fulfilled, and when it's time, when it's all said and done, then I can walk away feeling like, yeah, I've given it my all and I've accomplished everything I wanted to.
So how do you maintain your composure? You've been here more than 10 years, no scandals, you just live your life. Like how do you manage that?
I think at the end of the day, it's just focusing on the priorities. And for me especially, I'm grateful for the opportunities that I have. This sport has given me a lot, and I wouldn't be where I'm at today without it. So at the same time, I want to be appreciative of it, the journey, and not take it for granted at all. Yeah, and just try to focus on being the best that I can every single day, like you say, without having a lot of negative externalities attached to it or controversial things attached to it. So yeah, I think it just comes from an area or from an angle of gratefulness and trying to make sure that I get everything I can out of it.
Thank you very much for your time and all the best.